Today's adventure begins looking at these koi fish and these turtles that are getting some sun. As the recording of this, it is Sunday, August the 10th, 2025, also known as my 51st birthday. 51 years I have been on this planet. Where does the time go? Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. I'm in need of a coffee. Had a late night last night, had an amazing experience at the Pee-wee's Big Adventure 40th anniversary. I was 11 years old when that movie came out. Warner Brothers did a heck of an event. Hung out with a lot of friends, met up with some people there. Then afterwards, a huge group of us, like 10 of us, ended up over at Bob's Big Boy and ended up having a late night over there. Most of the time that we were there, we ate, and then we ended up just kind of sitting in there for a while, catching up, telling stories, having a lot of laughs. Yesterday was awesome. Last night was awesome. Around a lot of people. Today's going to be a little bit different, a little more low-key. It's going to be me today. Just going to kind of relax a little bit. It's probably already around noon. So just been hanging out in the room. Talked to my mom on the phone, talked to my sister, talked to my dad. I always get emotional when my mom calls me on my birthday. Just something about my mom talking to me on my birthday kind of gets me a little misty-eyed and, makes me nostalgic and thinking about, life. And I'm officially over half a century old. 50 years would be half a century, so now that I'm 51, I am over half a century old. Wild to think about. Yeah, just something about talking to Mama that gets me thinking about stuff and really makes your life go in front of you and looking back on the good times, bad times, the ebbs and flows of life over 51 years is really, really an amazing thing. And I'm so grateful to currently at this moment still be here and hopefully for years to come. But who knows? You never know what the future holds for anyone. So I'm just grateful to be, living the life that I have. Very blessed to be doing what I'm doing, to have a career, doing what I enjoy, doing what I want to do, and making a living doing that, and to be healthy and able to go out and do things and to travel and live my life. So I just want to put that out there before I kind of go and spend the day. I'm very lucky and very blessed to be standing here in SoCal, have a place. This is more or less my second home, even though I don't live here anymore. Have a place in Celebration, Florida. And just so content and happy with my friends and my family and my own personal life. So, all right, let's start today. I'm inviting you to join me as I pop over into Universal. I don't really have a major game plan. I'm just gonna maybe go get Starbucks, get the coffee that I like, piping hot caffeinated beverage, which is usually 9 times out of 10 will be a venti, hot, sugar-free vanilla latte. If there is one of those nearby, that's usually what I will get. And then maybe check out some merchandise, possibly do the tram tour. I do like the tram tour. Maybe I could see Jaws and the earthquake and all that. Check out some HHN stuff. Again, no major game plan. No minds are going to be blown watching this today, but just wanted to chime in for this daily vlog, inviting you to join me. Shall you? Got the all-seeing minion over the valley looking down there. I had thought about maybe taking an Uber down to Anaheim and hitting up Disneyland. A lot of times I'll ride Dumbo on my birthday. It's kind of a thing. Haven't done it every birthday, but I've done it a consistent amount of times. Not going to do that today. Not going to go down to Anaheim. I just didn't really feel like battling, traffic and going all the way down to Orange County when I'm up in LA. Even though, as I am filming this, it is a Sunday, so traffic wouldn't be too bad. It's 12:17 at the moment. Usually traffic starts getting a little hairy around noon. So, I don't know, it's probably an hour and a half to get down there. Much easier just to, since the hotel I'm staying at here, which is the Hilton Universal Hilton. You just walk over to the little parking structure over there, the Frankenstein parking, and then go up the escalator and walk in. I do love Universal, so I'm going to have myself a Universal day, or at least a Universal couple hours. I believe the Rays are playing today. I think it's Game 3 of the series that they are in against Seattle. They've lost the first two. Hopefully it'll get swept. Speaking of, I have changed my plans. Originally, well, I didn't really change my plans. I'm going back to my original plan, let's say that. Last year I completed all 30 current MLB stadiums, Major League Baseball stadiums, seeing the team I root for, the Tampa Bay Rays, of all 30. It took me 3 years to do. Finish it up last year. This year, I've knocked off the 31st stadium because the Rays are playing at Steinbrenner Field because Tropicana Field, their usual stadium, was destroyed and damaged in a hurricane. So they had to kind of change things around, and they're playing at Steinbrenner. So I knocked off the Rays, seeing the Rays in their new temporary home field, Steinbrenner Field. So that's 31. And I didn't think that the Rays were going to be playing in Sacramento this year. I got it mixed up. I thought that the A's, the former Oakland A's, soon to be Vegas A's in 2028, would be playing in Florida. Realized about a week ago that they are, in fact, the Rays are playing in Sacramento at the A's temporary home. But I'm flying to Vegas tomorrow. I have a hotel already booked it a while back. So I check out of here, Vegas tomorrow. Spoiler, I'll be in Vegas tomorrow night. But I had thought about, what if I just pop into the Sacramento game tomorrow night, the A's, and knock that stadium off? I had decided not to do that. I went ahead and scrubbed that flight, kept the hotel I had in Vegas, and I'm going to do the series in 2027, 2 more years, when the Rays are at the A's. So anyway, that's a long-winded explanation of something you never asked to hear, but yeah, I'm going to save that for then. And I'm just going to go right to Vegas and continue my birthday Vegas trip, which starts the day after my birthday, because today is my birthday. Going down the hill, the Universal Studios Hollywood Hillside Tram. Not part of the park. Takes you down the hill and up the hill. Part of the reason I kind of scrubbed my impromptu last-second pop-in to Sacramento, which that's all it would have been. I would have flown in tomorrow. I'll explain this to Frankie, also Frankenstein. Frankenstein's monster, but I refer to him as Frankie or Frankenstein. I would have flown in tomorrow, gone to the game, got up really early the next morning, day after tomorrow, and flown right to Vegas. So all I would have done was the game, and that kind of made me think, I should probably go back to Sacramento when I do go there for that series in 27. And then I could stay the whole week and do Sacramento stuff, because there's so much to see there that I would have skipped. Because Vegas is the plan, Vegas is booked, has some things going on in Vegas. And for me to just pop into Sacramento without seeing anything else, it would have been a little disappointing for me, and I would imagine those that are watching would have been a little disappointing that I was in a new area that I haven't really documented or seen things in, and didn't show anything other than me sitting. Almost fell. Me sitting in a dugout or on top of the Rays dugout, looking at a field. It'd be cool to knock the stadium off. There's so much else there that I would have just not been able to see. I had to get on a plane to get to Vegas. So. I probably really didn't even need to explain any of that, but I just wanted to let people, because I did say I was going to be going there. People probably think, oh, I thought you were going to a baseball game, but I'll go to that stadium in 27 before they move to Vegas in 28. Yeah, the mega movie summer will be ending soon. Hard to believe Horror Nights is just around the corner. Looking forward to the Jason Friday the 13th maze as well. Also, there's no Poltergeist merch out yet, but they're bringing Poltergeist back, which, man, I love me some Poltergeist. Ooh, I've seen photographs of these, but I haven't seen one in person. This is like one of the cool, look at this. There's like this Jaws like mug right here, or a Jaws, not a popcorn, it's a sipper. Not a popcorn bucket, it's a sipper right there. Look at that thing. That is awesome. Wow, looks as if there's a new mural on the side of the Fast and the Furious attraction right there. The future coaster is going to be opening. Also, got my coffee. There's a little update on the side of the Fast and the Furious coaster. This thing's coming along pretty quickly. The park's pretty busy at the moment, so don't know if the tram is going to be something I go on. 30 minutes, I think they were saying the wait time is. I saw the board as I was going in. So maybe I don't know if I want to wait in any major lines or anything today. I'm just kind of having a casual kind of a chill day. That's the plan. Get caffeinated, maybe get some food a little bit later. I think I am going to buy that Jaws sipper. I think I can put it in my bag. I got other places to go before I get home, but I'm going to go to Vegas for a little while and then back to LA again for other things, and then before I head back to Central Florida. But I think I got room in my bag. Maybe. I'm gonna think about it. I feel like I'm gonna do the impulsive birthday gift to myself and get the Bruce the Shark Jaws with the sipper cup. I think I'm gonna get that. But I don't think I'm gonna do the tram. I've done the tram a bunch of times. It would have been nice to just jump right on it, but it's a little longer than I want to wait on a birthday wait day. So I'm still on the fence. The thing is kind of heavy. It's got a little bit of weight to it, but I definitely have room in my luggage. But one thing I have never purchased, but I really like the King Kong here with the little plush tram. I looked at the board one more time, and the backlot tram tour was up to 50 minutes. Yeah, it's busy in there. Go back to the room for a little bit, maybe watch the game. I think it's like a 1:10 first pitch today. The game's probably already started. I might hit the pool a little bit later. I got to figure out what I'm going to do for food. But I ended up getting the Jaws 50th. Jaws turned 50 this year. And I just turned 51, so Jaws and I are kind of the same age within a year. Current temperature, it is 83 degrees in Hollywood. Not a cloud in the sky. Look at that. It's like sunny and 83. There he is in all his glory. That's pretty neat. Again, it's a little heavier than you think it would be. But dimension-wise, not too bad. It'll fit snugly in my luggage, put some clothes and other things around it. And it is a sipper. It has the rope there that you would put around your neck. Probably not the most comfortable thing to carry around a park all day, but yeah, kind of a neat little thing. Every time I look at this now, I remember my 51st birthday. And happy birthday, happy anniversary to Jaws. And this pops out. Let me pop up this down here real quick. Yeah, this goes out. It's got the 50 logo on it. Watch out down there in the pool, everyone. Bruce is up here, the shark. I might wait till a little bit later, maybe when the sun starts to go down, then hit the hot tub. Because there is no shade at all down there. No shade. It's very sunny out. Well, there's a little shade in the hot tub. Little shade. No shade in the pool. Maybe later. Maybe later. Again, no plan. I'm just don't know what I'm doing today. I'm just hanging out. Decided to walk back over to City Walk. I've used my Stubbs A-List AMC membership that I hardly ever use. I probably see one movie in a theater every 2 or 3 months. But I figure I might as well utilize it because I've heard the new Naked Gun is great. And after seeing Pee-wee's Big Adventure last night at Warner Brothers, which is just a laugh a minute, I mean non-stop. I love the Leslie Nielsen versions, the 80s, 90s. Was it early 90s? It's been a while ago, the Leslie Nielsen versions. 33 1/3. That was a good one. Kind of want to see a good comedy, so choosing that one. Maybe I'll get a little snack, some popcorn or something while I'm in there. Starts in a few minutes. All right, I just looked it up. The first one came out in '88. The second one, Naked Gun 2.5, came out in 1991. When I first moved to St. Cloud, we moved there when I was 17 years old. Got my driver's license and a car. Went on one of my very first dates having a car. The girl I took to the movie. She did not find it as entertaining as I did, but I remember I was like crying, laughing during the second Naked Gun sequel. So I got a little time. The movie starts at 2:15. I think, well, the preview started at 2:15. They got some Megan 2, which is already out in theaters. I haven't seen the second one. I've seen the first one. I didn't realize the second one was already out. This is how completely behind on movies I am. I hardly ever go to the theater. The last one I saw was the new Superman, which was about a month and a half ago. On my parents' anniversary, we went. And then they stayed at the Riviera. And then we went to Topolino Terrace. That was the last time I went to a movie. kind of funny too when I walked in here. I showed them the AMC Stubs membership. They scanned it. Like, you have an ID for the AMC Stub? I go, no problem. And I showed the ID, and the guy didn't even look at the ID and was like, oh, it's Theater 3. I go, you didn't even look at it. And he just let me in. And have some, looks like some screen use clothing here from Jurassic World Rebirth. I have not seen this yet, but when I was in London, they were doing the premiere. I happened to walk by the premiere of this when I was in London last. Yeah, fun fact. I haven't seen the movie yet. That's nice. This is a full-on. A Hitchcock would be proud. Last year, me and my buddy Kevin, we went and saw the re-release of this in the theater. So I'm gonna see Naked Gun. I've seen all three of them. The first one that came out in '88 was back in when I was living, definitely living at home back in Niceville, Florida in '88. We were watching a lot of VHS stuff. We lived in Niceville from '84 to '88 in the Panhandle of Florida. And my dad and I would laugh so hard at the baseball scene. The baseball scene in the first one was just incredible, so dang good. And then evidently, yeah, '91 we moved to Central Florida, and I saw the second one, 2.5 in the theater. Man, I laughed so hard during the second one. I mean, I just remember like crying, laughing. So I'm in the mood for a good comedy. What is this? Dwayne Johnson, look at that. Okay. Yeah, there's some movies I need to watch. I don't know if I'll do a double movie day, but and the reason I was kind of drawn to see Naked Gun is because I need a good laughing comedy. It's good that some laughing comedies are back in the theater, some nonstop laughs, but also the fact that it's only like an hour and 25 minutes, which sounds amazing. Short, quick, and to the point. Dang, they got a lot of props in here. Check out Steve Carell, 40-year-old virgin. Screen use. Oh my gosh, what the heck? The original Fletch came out in '85. Also the 40th anniversary of Fletch. This is Irwin M. Fletcher. You Choose, Chevy Chase. What the heck? This is like one of my all-time favorite Chevy Chase movies, if not the number one. What the heck? They have this in here? Irwin M. Fletcher, You Choose. Gray area. How gray? Charcoal? Alright, this is what I ended up getting. I got some Red Vines, original red twists here. I don't drink a lot of soda, but today I'm going to splurge because, it's my birthday. I'm going to get some Mr. Pibb. Usually I just drink coffee, water, maybe some juice and stuff. I'm going to go with a Pibb right here, and I got some AMC Perfect popcorn with a little butter and a little salt on it right there. I'll get to my seat because I think the previews are probably already starting in the movie. If I can carry all this. It's a new Austin Butler movie. He's the one that played Elvis in the Elvis movie. Caught Stealing comes out August 29th. This is the theater. Downtown Abbey right over here is playing in here as well. All right, heading in to the cinema. The Universal Cinema AMC Theater. All right, just finished it. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Non-stop. I mean, just non-stop laughs. I feel like you need to watch it probably more than once at some point. Probably when it goes on streaming, I'll watch it again just to catch stuff I didn't miss, because it's just constantly from the very beginning to the very end. And there's references to the original, the 80s and 90s versions, the Leslie Nielsen versions, which I think I prefer Leslie Nielsen as Frank Drebin a little bit more, but this was really, really good. Liam Neeson did a great job. I thought it was hilarious, and I encourage anyone that likes good, dumb, fun, fast-paced comedy to see it. I feel like more movies like this need to come out. I definitely like those type of comedies where it's just kind of like no holds barred, no real point, just go, just laughs for the sake of laughs. All right, I think I'm gonna get some Panda Express for dinner back at the hotel. I'll get back to the hotel in a little bit, but I also got some Voodoo Donuts, so I'll treat myself to some Voodoo Donuts and some Panda after the movie. A little bit late, I'll take it back to the room. All right, bag of stuff, Voodoo Donuts, and a little Panda. Actually, not a bad price on the Panda compared to the other stuff that are up here in the food court. Some of the other places up here in the upper food court are more expensive. Yeah, 51 years old. Time just keeps trucking on. There was a time in my life when I was younger that I couldn't even fathom being 51. But I'm sure when years from now, let's say I make it to 60, I'll probably be like, man, I wish I was 51 still. Sometimes I feel like I'm still, 27 or 28 or 30 or 35. When I turn 40, That was a huge deal for one day. I was just like, wow, 40, what is going on? Over the hill. Now fast forward 11 years later, still feeling pretty good. I mean, I'm not in the most fit shape I've ever been in. I'm slightly overweight. Joints hurt a little bit. My knees hurt more than they used to. My ankles have some issues here and there, but all in all, I'm doing all right for 51. I feel good about myself. One takeaway from this year, well, the last few years, but especially this year from 50 to 51, especially in the last few months, I've kind of just got the attitude of just do what I want, live my life, doing my thing. I've kind of always done that, but really more prevalent recently. I think the older you get, you just kind of develop that attitude where you're just like, whatever happens, happens. And just check the score on the Rays after the game, and after the movie ended, the game kind of ended around the same time. And the Rays lost. They got swept by the Mariners. Pretty much the postseason hopes of the Rays are more or less out the window unless an absolute miracle happens. And they just, go on a tear the rest of the season. But it's not looking super promising. It's not out the window. But man, I had some high hopes for this year, but I don't know. What can you do? The life of a Rays follower. Let's see what's going on at the old fish pond. Oh, the turtles have got off the little platform, started swimming around, get out of the elements, I guess. Get the koi down in there. Hello, koi. But just a chill day. I need to start going to more movies. I need to start just detaching. You turn the phone off, grab some popcorn, watch a film. A couple hours later, I wish the previews were shorter. It was like 35 minutes of previews. You're just sitting there waiting like, is the movie ever going to start? But it did. But it's good to just detach. I'm really starting to get into watching on planes, watching movies. I used to listen to podcasts all the time, but recently I'll just throw the Bluetooth headphones I have, I'll link them up to the screen, and I'll watch movies. So I've been getting caught up on movies on planes. That's like my thing now. It used to be podcasts, but now I'm like, use that time kind of off the grid in the air. I don't ever connect to Wi-Fi really, so I'm not like checking my phone. I just watch the movie, and if it's a 5-hour flight from Orlando to LA or LA to Orlando, you get a couple solid movies in. Because I sure don't watch a lot other times. I think that's why I love 80s movies so much, because I'm going off a memory of ones I watched a million times when I was young. So I'm kind of going off those memories, because I don't really sit around and watch a lot of movies and TV. So that's why it's good to just do it sometimes, like I did today. And this is what we're dealing with from Panda Express. Got some chow mein, got some chicken. Looks like I got some beef broccoli there. And then after I polish this off, go in on a little voodoo donut there. Voodoo guy. I ended up taking a little bit of a nap for about an hour or two, which was really nice. Ate my food, kind of relaxed a little bit, sat around the hotel room, caught a little cat nap. And now the sun has gone down. See how got my bathing suit on, hot tub down there, in the pool. Go hit the pool and the hot tub. Hot tub does look really full. However, it looks like there's some people with inner tubes in there. So if it's too hectic, I'll just hit the regular pool. Anyway, heading down. I like the sun. Sun's setting over there. Off in the distance. The end of my birthday.
First floor.
Ah, it feels so good outside now. Nice little Nice little breeze in the air. Ah yes, and not a whole heck of a lot of people in the pool at the moment. A lot of people just left. So this is the view, the opposite side of the theme park view. Looking up, my room would be, I think, on the 12th floor, right up there, looking down upon the pool, looking the opposite angle of what I just showed. See how cold this water is. All right, it's a little brisk. I got to admit, it's it's a little bit brisk. Refreshing. But it is definitely one of those things, once I get out of the pool and in the hot tub, I will end with the hot tub and not get back in the pool. But what a view that is, right? You got the hotel right there off in the distance. I'm kind of lounging. Look, I'm in the pool. Somebody else was in here and now they just got out. Now I'm kind of dog paddling here. Yeah, and truthfully, I'd rather be here in this empty pool. It's just because I'm like at one with my thoughts and get in a small hot tub with a few strangers and have a random conversation and be stuck in a hot tub. Me and random conversations don't go along too well with people I don't know. I don't know, I'm just saying, I'd rather just be in this pool enjoying the nice, cool Christmas of this pool by myself. Isn't it wild to think that you can kind of hear the freeway? Well, you can hear the freeway. The freeway's on the other side of that berm, down the berm. So you got pool, hot tub, behind me's the hotel. But from here, all you're seeing is the Hollywood Hills off in the distance. You don't see that there is a busy freeway below this. I don't know, you're just kind of like secluded down in here. And then the Sheraton is over there. And this is the front level that you pull up to walk out of the hotel right up here. You drive up, get dropped off, take an Uber, take the shuttle over to Universal, etc. Yeah, honestly, you get acclimated to the water pretty quickly. I got out. It's really not that cold sitting out here. I'm just kind of sitting here underneath, well, not underneath the moonlight, but underneath the dusk lights of the sky. I don't see the moon above me. All I see is the hotel right there and the palm trees. I've stayed here a few times. In the last few times, well, I've stayed here more than a few times, but the last few times I've stayed here, I haven't hit the pool. But I decided to hit the pool this evening. Stayed in for a little bit, got out, and just kind of sitting up. Not really. The sun's not drying me off, but I'm just air drying out here. Back up in my room now. It is completely nightfall. Well, nightfall has happened. There's no more sunset, no more dusk. It is dark outside. That's going to do it for today. I'm officially 51 years old. I'm 1 year over half a century, which is kind of wild to wrap your head around. Traffic flowing by. Yeah, checking out tomorrow and heading to Vegas for a few days. I was just down there. Be in Vegas a few days and then get back on a plane and I come back out here for another few days. So I'm kind of bouncing around. But I am not going to Sacramento tomorrow, which was a last second detour I was going to do. I decided not to do that, as stated earlier. It was just going to be a quick little pop in, but I'm not going to do it. Because I already have the hotel booked in Vegas. Viva Las Vegas soon! Look at this line for In-N-Out down here. I thought about doing In-N-Out today on my birthday, but I didn't. But right down there is In-N-Out. And take a look at the drive-thru. It goes around the parking lot. The parking lot's small. But then the line of cars, look at the line of cars right there on the road. Goes out into the road, where the light is, and goes down the road, probably about 25 cars deep on the road itself. Gotta love some In-N-Out. Alright, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching. Much appreciated. And I alluded to it in, pretty good detail earlier. How grateful I am and how happy I am with my life and what I do, how I make money and make a living. I'm able to travel and do what I want and look at things, record, document, etc. I'm very grateful. I appreciate anyone that's watched, either, maybe recently stumbled upon what I do, been watching for a brief while, maybe a couple weeks or a couple months or a couple years, or maybe I've been watching the 15 years I've been doing this. It's been a fun ride. See you in the next video. The vlog is over.